All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Welcome back. Why is it every day that I wake up, I got to spring out of bed and make a video? What is going on? Why is this happening? Can we stop having news? It's too much. We got Alcaraz coming back. We got Kyrgios in trouble. Sinner withdraws. Can we have one day where I don't have to wake up in a panic? That'd be so lovely. I'm sleeping. I don't know. I can't do these videos while I'm asleep. Come on now. Anyways, go watch the video if you haven't already. It shows everybody else is withdrawn as well. There's actually a lot of withdrawals. All right. But we've got quarterfinal day number 2. This tournament's taking forever. Let's just get to the US Open already. Come on. Before anybody else pulls out, let's get to New York. But Bejlek taking on Keys. Out of the 4 quarterfinals on the women's side, this is the least, maybe the least expected, right? We had a lot of top 10 players, or a lot of top 10 players playing each other. But Bejlek took out Sabalenka in a huge upset the other day. And Keys has just kind of snuck through the draw. She's been very, very, very under the radar in the Svitolina section. So Svitolina pulled out. We know that. But yeah, that's where Keys has sort of come through. She's beaten Siniakova, Wong, and yeah, Fernandez and Svitolina were in this section, so that's why how she got here. But we know Keys, she's Grand Slam champion, but this is not a surprise. Interestingly enough, if Keys does get through, and so does Gauff, everybody in the quarterfinals, the 4 players from the ladies, the semifinals, are all finalists of the US Open, previous all champions, right? So that's kind of awesome. So it's a pretty nice lineup. On the men's side of things, we're in the random times now. We've got Kaboli Feast tomorrow, which is going to be really fun. And then we've got, after this, we've got Nakashima Fritz. The Americans are doing so well. America is, I'd say, if there's ever going to be an American champion at a Grand Slam, it's going to be the US Open, because no Sinner, and we don't know what Alcaraz is going to do. And then you got Tiafoe Musetti tonight, which I think is a banger as well. So a couple of really fun matches there. With Sinner out, it ups the stakes on all of those guys. Tiafoe, Fritz, Paul, Shelton, Nakashima, Tien, right? All of those guys have a chance of winning a slam now at home, right? And some of them made the semis or beyond. So yeah, so that's where we're at. That is where we are. Any questions? Any questions? By the way, oh yeah, Leon, did you get one? I bought a few. That was while I was making the video about Sinner. I'm like, oh, thank God I got no. That's why I was supposed to wake up at before. This is what happened, right? I woke up like an hour before my alarm, and I was like, oh man, I'll just look at my phone, just see what's up. And I look at my phone, and it's like notifications galore. So I fly out of bed, make the video, end up making the video, but then making a mistake, so then I had to remake the video, post the video, and then during that time, I get an email saying, "Hey, by the way, do you want some Fonseca cards?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." So I bought some Fonseca cards as well. So it probably worked out for the best, because I wouldn't have gotten the Fonseca cards if I wasn't awake. So I totally forgot they were doing that. But yeah, Fonseca rookie cards, they're selling out like crazy too. Mainly the big ones, but I got the good ones. I got the small ones. I got the rookie cards. I'm good. I'm good. I got some rookie cards. Draper totally unexpected though. Wasn't totally unexpected. Yeah. Like, I'm not mad that I made the video and then Draper pulls out. I'm like, yeah, everybody probably thought that already. Like, I don't think anyone is like, oh my God, Draper pulled out. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, let's see how this plays. Not many people there, which is a bit of a shame, but, a bit of a shame, but that's all right. We'll see what's up. Alcaraz must have heard the news, and he was like, oh, I'm going to ripe for the picking. I don't think Alcaraz is... I'm not convinced Alcaraz is going to play. Come on now. If Chat, look, I love Alcaraz too, right? But if Sinner pulling out means that like gives Alcaraz fans like, oh, he can win now. He hasn't played for so long, and you got to be really a little bit realistic. Like Alcaraz coming off no tennis with a wrist injury, even with Sinner out of the draw, is still going to be very hard, right? I mean, yeah, Sinner's out of the way, but also like he's got to play a 5-set match for the first time in months. Since 6 months, right? Australian Open. You keep doubting Carlos. Shut up. This is wrong. This is what happens with like Alcaraz and Sinner fans. You guys like the second I'm like, hey, just let's just keep it. Let's just relax for a second. You're all like, hater. And shut up. I'm not a hater. I've got all these fucking shirts on my wall. What do you think? Do you think I'm a hater? I bought all these shirts. What the hell are you talking about, hater? Get the hell out of here. Relax. Take a deep breath. I want Alcaraz to win as much as everybody else, but I'm the voice of reason, all right? We've got to be reasonable. He's coming off 6 months of no slam tennis, 4 months of no tennis with a wrist injury, all right? Don't come crying to me if he loses in the second round and be like, oh, Kev, I can't believe he lost. I warned you to just protect your feelings, all right? Back off. Stop being so cannibalistic. You're eating I'm one of you. It's crazy. Don't be a cannibal fan, all right? Fuck. We don't like that shit. Don't eat your own. We're on the same team. Anyways. It's been a very stressful morning. I'd rather Alcaraz not play so we can keep watching these up-and-comers. I mean, yeah, it gives an opportunity for all these young guys to keep doing it. Like we're seeing that in the last couple of weeks, right? Even in the last couple of months. I mean, Alcaraz goes, Hodar appears, right? You know, and Menchik reappears, and Fonseca does some stuff. Like it is giving opportunity for these guys that we're all excited about. You know, Tien as well. Nakashima's popping off lately. You know, we've got so much going on. Without Sinkaraz stopping those guys, you know, and yeah, they've Sinner has stopped those guys because he's won all the 1000s up until now, but all right, here we go. Players warming up their last reserves, and then we're gonna go. So wait, Zverev is going to be the number one. Is going to be the number one seed. That is what I've just realized. But Zverev is going to be the number one seed at the US Open. That kind of sucks for Zverev. I don't think he needs that spotlight. Shit, that's not good for Zverev. I remember at the French, as soon as Sinner lost, we're like, you're going to win now. And he was like, am I? Luckily he did. But now from the start, he's going to be the top of the draw. That's not good. I don't know if Zverev's... I mean, and he's not been playing well either, Zverev. The last couple of tournaments, he's had a bit of a lull. All eyes on Zverev. Most eyes on Zverev. All right. Let's see what happens here. Can Bejlek go back to back? All right. She had a phenomenal win against Sabalenka. Let's see if she can do it again. And I reckon this is a match that she could definitely win. She could definitely win this match. By the way, Ella, why did you comment? And I wasn't going to read this until Leon popped off. Why would you say finally getting his karma? Why would you say Sinner's getting his karma? That's so weird to say. Why would you say that? Why would you? What karma is Sinner getting? Finally, Sinner's getting his karma. That seems a little bit like, you know, I don't know. It seems like you want to fight somebody. Why are you getting punchy? All right. 15 love. Sinner fans are going through enough right now, let alone get you go in and comment and be like, oh, karma. Shut up. Be better. Celebrate Alcaraz. Leave Sinner alone. Because you know what you're going to do, right? You're going to say that. And then when Alcaraz loses at the US Open, if he loses in the second round, all those people that you pissed off are going to come for you. And then I'm going to deal with the comment section. So you're making problems for me. When you make problems for me, I get mad. So stop poking people, all right? And then they come in this chat, and then they start fighting each other, and then Deb's got to deal with it. Anyways, 30 love. Whew. Did I read correctly that Cobolli is eating M&M's during a match? Yeah, he was. Anyways, Bejlek with a pass. Volley from Keys. Bejlek lob, but the smash from Keys too good. I tell you what, these courts are so hard to see in the day. These courts are so hard to see in the daytime. It's so bright. Keys and straight sets, you reckon? Yeah. We'll see. A big day today. You know you can block people, right? That is true. All right, we're going to start. Thanks, Emily. Emily's just giving us a good idea. We're going to block anybody who... we're going to start blocking people. So behave. All right, one love Keys. One zero Keys. Bejlek serves. Let's see how she goes here because her serve is not her. Is not. I mean, it is. It is. There is you can attack it, right? She doesn't get the biggest serve. All right, first serve, the fault from Bejlek. Second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Bejlek, and Bejlek hits the net in the net. Love 15. I can imagine Sinner fans are super bummed right now. From a Carlos fan, sorry. Yeah. It's come out of nowhere too. I mean, we knew he wasn't going to play Canada, and then all of a sudden it's like I made a video a couple weeks back talking about like a rumor that his knee was a problem. I think that was like what 3 weeks ago. And I usually don't do videos like that. I only do videos that have got like a bit more evidence. 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago, it was like, oh, something's going on with Sinner's knee. Apparently, people are saying that he's got a problem. Then he pulls out a stint, and it was like, oh shit, okay, something's up. And then 2 weeks later, he's out of the US Open. So, and you don't pull out of a Grand Slam for no reason. So, he's not playing the Asian swing. He might play Six King Slam, maybe, but that's after the Asian swing. So, yeah, I don't think Sinner's coming back until like late October. As that goes the net from Bejlek, and it's love 40. Because he's not playing Laver Cup. He's not playing Davis Cup because Italy are already through. The Asian swing, he's got to defend Beijing, but it's not worth it. 500 points, he can lose that. Doesn't matter. He didn't do much in Shanghai, so he doesn't have anything to worry about there. No one's coming for his ranking anyway, because if Alcaraz doesn't win the US Open, he drops points. Doesn't matter unless Zverev wins, and then we got to talk. I mean, Zverev could be number one if he wins the US Open and starts doing some crazy shit, but that's still probably a long way away. So I don't think we're seeing Sinner until the end of October when we get to indoor tennis. Which could have been the thing anyway. How do you play the US Open? We probably would have said the same thing. Like, he's probably not going to play Asia. Like, you know, there's no need. He's won all the 1,000, so I mean, he doesn't even need it for his collection, you know. Anyway, it's 1540. Sinner's not done for the year. He'll come back. Why wouldn't he play Asia? Is his knee serious? Well, if he's pulling out of a Grand Slam, you got to think it's serious, right? All right, 30-40. Break point for Keys again. As a return goes in the net, and Bejlek survives, gets the deuce. And plus, the Asian swing, most players, I mean, Djokovic never plays it. Alcaraz pulled out of Shanghai last year. You know, I mean, it's not really the most... I mean, unfortunately, it's just not the most important part of the year for the men. For the ladies, it's different. There's a lot more to do, but on the men's side, you can avoid the Asian swing and still do well. As Bejlek hits it out. Advantage Keys. Break point again. And I talked about this earlier, well, after Wimbledon, I talked about this. Well, during Wimbledon. You know, Sinner's played a lot more tennis this year than he has last year. And we know he has had his injuries. So, Djokovic did play Shanghai last year, that's true. But it's usually not a part of the year that people usually watch, or it's a good opportunity for players to rest. All right, 2-love, Keys break. So unless Sinner wants to come back and, I don't know, I feel like if he's got a knee issue that's pulled out of the US Open, he's not going to come back like a month later. It's probably going to be out for a couple of months. And come back when, like, why would he travel to Asia and risk his knee? Go play an exhibition, and then, like, in go play an exhibition in Saudi Arabia, and then play Paris and ATP finals. Osako's in line for a winner, 15-love. I mean, like, I think maybe some people are taking this the Sinner withdrawal lightly. Like, oh, he's pulled out. Okay, like it's normal. Like pulling out of Grand Slam for the world number one's normal. That's not normal. Just because Alcaraz didn't play Wimbledon or the US, or the French, you know, it's got to be pretty serious. Especially when it's been like 2 weeks ago, we didn't even know that Sinner had an injury. Right? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we were all going, oh, I wonder if Alcaraz is coming back. Sinner's going to be the favorite, right? We 2-3 weeks ago, we had no idea that he's the best player on the planet. He's the Wimbledon champion. He's the finalist from last year, right? I mean, this is a big deal. And you don't pull out of Grand Slams because you're just not feeling, your knee hurts a little bit, right? Like, oh, I've just got a little bit of a sore knee. Like, you don't just pull out of a Grand Slam because you just because of a little sore knee, right? You pull out of the Grand Slam because you've got a serious issue. Djokovic played with a serious knee problem. You know, like that's you know, you don't pull out of Grand Slams because you just don't feel good. You're like, I'm sore. You pull out if you've got something that's like compromising you badly, especially for Sinner because Alcaraz coming back, and now it opens the door for Alcaraz to extend his lead over the Grand Slams. Anyways, we haven't heard from Sinner except for the statement today, so we don't know how he did it. We don't know how bad it is. We haven't seen Sinner with a brace on his knee or anything like that, so we don't know. We went from 3 consecutive finals of Sincaraz, and this year we've had none. We've only had one Sincaraz match this year, which is insane. No update on Raducanu. No update. Like I said yesterday, I think with Raducanu, it's about keep an eye on the US Open mixed doubles, because if he pulls out of that, then you've got to worry. But if she's playing the mixed doubles on Tuesday, then I guess it's just something she's got to manage. But yeah, if she pulls out against, because her and Fritz have played doubles a lot, mixed doubles a lot in these tournaments. So for her to pull out would be a pretty big deal. Not a massive deal, but it would be pretty telling. So keep an eye on her participation at the mixed doubles. That's the first test. If she pulls out of that, then we really got to worry. All right. 3-love Keys. What a fun morning. As Bejlek serves a fault second serve. As a return goes in the net by Keys. 30-love. As we get a serve in the backhand of Keys, and then Bejlek puts it wide on the forehand. 30-15. 30-15. As we get a fault second serve. As the forehand goes in the backhand of Keys. Keys just misses up the line. 40-15. All right, 40-15. As that goes in the net by Bejlek. 40-30. As with a backhand from Bejlek into the forehand of Keys. Bejlek backhand again to the forehand of Keys. Into the backhand of Bejlek as Keys backhand drop shot. Bejlek gets it back. Keys backhand pass. Too good. Oh my God. Deuce. Now we get the deuce. By the way, chat, we're almost at 200 likes. Don't forget to like the video as you walk in. Now we get the deuce. There's a forehand now from Bejlek. That's a winner. Advantage Bejlek. Be interesting how these young guys handle the US crowd. It's much noisier at slam sets. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who steps up. Like, who is going to ride the wave, right? Is it a backhand in the net by Keys? And Bejlek's on the board. 3-1. 3-1. Sorry, yeah, 3-1. 15 minutes. Back to Keys. By the way, chat, went to the thrift yesterday, found a chair. Did I need a chair? No. Did I like it? 100%. I needed it. And I got it. And it's a great chair. It's actually really comfy. And it's real leather. Genuine leather. And it was a steal. Is it a 4 now from Bejlek? Goes long. It's 15 love. I wasn't going to go to the thrift And then when I went to the thrift, I saw a chair and I'm like, I don't need a chair. And I kept walking past, and then I walked out, and then I walked back in. I'm like, I'm going to get this chair. You know, sometimes you just get a feeling, you're like, you know what, I need this chair. I don't know why. I'm going to get this chair. And then I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, this chair's like $1,000. I'm going to take it for $95. It's black, and it's like a replica of a. Oh, now I'm going to get off. So, Mies van der Rohe, who's a famous architect who actually came up with this expression, less is more. If you know the expression less is more, this architect back in the 40s and 30s, 40s, and 50s, he came up with that term. Because back in the day, chat, if you don't know, architects also designed a lot of furniture. So like a lot of architects didn't just draw buildings. They designed furniture, they did all this other stuff. And he designed chairs and furniture too. So this chair, I can't find the exact match, but it's a replica of one of his chairs. So yeah. So I had to get it. Did you get the egg chair? I've got an egg chair. I've got 3 different chairs that are inspired by early 1900s architects, or that have been designed by them. I've got an egg chair, I've got a ribbon chair, and now I have a Mies van der Rohe lounge, 2-piece lounge chair. As that goes the net by Bejlek, and it's 40-30. I just don't have room to put it anywhere. That's the problem. I just don't know where to put it. I also have a tennis ball couch. I've got 2 sets of cinema chairs that have been rigged into a rolling chair. Like, they're awesome. My house is just a furniture store at this point. 40-30. First serve's a fault, second serve. But it's great. I got it. And I'm getting this. And then as soon as I bought it, I had 2 different people come up to me and be like, "Ooh, that's a lovely chair." And I asked all these questions. I was like, "Ooh, lucky I got it," because it seemed like people were starting to hover. As Keys hits backhand wide and it's deuce. It's really, really good. I love it. It's such a cool looking chair. Super heavy too. Alright, chat, I'll show you what it looks like. Fine. That's it. That's the chair. Alright. As that forehand from Keys is the winner. Advantage Keys. Advantage Keys. So I knew I had to go to the thrift store for a reason. And the reason was that chair. That was the chair. I just didn't know what I needed. I didn't get anything else. Didn't get any CDs, no DVDs, no VHS, no nothing. I just got a chair. Advantage Keys. Your wife is suspiciously understanding. As we return into the forehand of Keys. Backhand now from Bejlek. Into the forehand of Keys. Keys puts it away. All right, 4-1. 4-1. Fancy clothes hangers. No, that was I took a photo at the thrift store. Oh wait, you're talking about my chair's a fancy clothes hanger. Oh, okay. No, it's not. It's a chair. Nice, very original looking. Yeah. Whenever I see something that's like a little bit different looking and a bit out there, I'm like, that must be something. And usually when I get it, it's usually right. It's usually something that's like is something that's sort of like, from a past era. Because that's IKEA furniture doesn't look like that. You ain't buying nothing from IKEA that looks like that. Cam's got a chair museum. Yeah, we're getting there. It's getting there. Super comfy as well. Super comfy. It doesn't look comfy. I think it's supposed to have like arm rests, or at least there's a version with arm rests. This one doesn't have that, but talk about the match a bit more. We'll get there, don't worry. It's 4-1 Keys. You have an eye for style and design. Well, that's because I went to school for it. See, when I find a chair like that, I'm like, my degree is paying off. All that money I spent on getting a degree that I don't use is finally paying off in my thrifting habits. Yay. Worth it. Worth it. All right, 4-1. Sorry, Dustin. Let's get back to the match. You're right. We got sidetracked. Nothing's really happening. Keys are kind of just cruising at the moment. And we had to lighten up the mood after all the bad news that's been happening. All right. Let's see if Bejlek can fight back here. 4-1. She was down 4-1 against Sabalenka in the second and came back to win. So she's just not making Keys work for these points enough like she was Sabalenka. She was really defending well against Sabalenka. Also, you got to remember during the day, I'm not sure what the humidity is right now, but during the day is going to favor Keys because the pace is going to be it's going to be faster. So it's going to be harder for Bejlek to defend. Plus, we all know about the hangover, right? coming off the greatest win of your career, and then you got to back it up in a quarterfinal against a lesser accomplished player. Keys is very great, but she's not Sabalenka, right? So it's a mental effort as well. I mean, Bejlek probably felt like she won the trophy by beating Sabalenka, right? You beat the world number one. It's like, that's a trophy in itself. You should get a trophy for that, in my opinion. 15-0. Imagine you just got a little like WTA like number one victory. I don't know. I feel like that'd be cool. Anyway, it's 15-0. As Bejlek tries to close the gap. What's the bad news? Click the link in the video. There's a video. Go watch the video. You should be able to get about $50 or $60 for that chair in no time. Are you missing some zeros? What do you mean? $50? What the hell? Back end of the front of Keys. Keys is in the net. And it's 30-15. I hope you're joking. You mean 500 to 600, right? That's what... 50, 60. What the hell? 30-15. As Bejlek serves. Into the back of Keys. Back into Bejlek. Cross court. That's a great shot. That's better from Bejlek. 40-15. I'm not selling the chair. It's in great condition too. Genuine leather. Oh, chat. $95 for a genuine leather chair. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? That goes out by Keys. 4-2. I just need a bigger museum. Would you sell the tennis couch for $2K? No. The tennis couch is not for sale. It's not mine to sell. I'm just taking care of it. You know what I mean? I didn't buy the couch. I'm delivering. I'm just holding it for now. It's not mine to sell. All right. Keys to serve again. She's got the break. 4-2. She deserves an ace. Oh, you were joking? You got to write lol, otherwise I don't know what's up. If you're joking, you got to say lol. Too much thrifting could be grounds for divorce. Look, chat. I'm a delight, all right? And I have an eye for design, apparently, according to chat. I'm a joy, right? Nobody's divorcing nobody, right? Great volley from Bejlek. Good reactions, 15-0. All right, chat, don't worry. Just because I thrift, I find good stuff. It's not like I just buy junk, all right? All right? I pull my weight. I know Don't worry about me. I don't know where my wife is right now. It's 3 a.m. She must be asleep. Double fault keys, by the way. 15:30. 15:30. Is the tennis couch for bidding? No. The tennis couch is not for sale. As a return goes in from Bejlek to the front of Keys. Bejlek backhand into the backhand of Keys. To the front of Bejlek. Oh, Bejlek missed it wide. She went for the winner, but just sprayed wide. And look, you got to think there's nerves for Bejlek as well. You know, understandably. As we return now to the front of Keys. Keys up the line. Bejlek slices it back. Into the front of Keys. Bejlek backhand again. The front of Keys. Into the front of Bejlek. Keys front again. Up the line. That's a winner. Too good from Keys. 40-30. You need to move it against the other side. And move that shelf to the other end. That made... I don't understand what you're saying. Why are you rearranging my room? Leave my couch alone. It's fine. Not rearranging anything. What are you talking about? It's weird having the other end against the wall. What are you talking about? As we get a 4-hand winner by Keys. And Keys holds. You want me to flip the couch around so it's facing the wall? How the hell is anyone supposed to look at it then? 5-2. All right, 5-2. Just move it towards... Well, you want me to put the shelf over there and move that way? Well, there's a door there, so I'm going to be walking into a couch. You can't see the door, but there's a door there. So if I move it over that way, and then I would be running into my couch. That's why it's there. Don't worry. Hey, look. I went to school for this. Trust me. Chat, I also have an issue where I have to change everything because I get bored. So this room has been about 700 different versions, and I'm still thinking of different ways to make this room. I've thought of every which way I can put furniture. I'm going to change it again after the US Open, so but don't worry. Also, if I have it over there, then no, I'd just be running into things. I'd love the couch to go here under the window, but I can't put my desk anywhere else. So the desk is the problem. Anyways, let's keep watching this match. 5-2. Maybe the day I rearrange this, we'll do a members only stream, and we can play Tetris with the furniture. All right, Bejlek serving to stay in the set here. Yeah, it's not a big room either. It's not a massive space. As we're falling now from Keys in the backhand of Bejlek, volley from Keys in the net, and it's 15 love. Did Sinner actually pull out? Yep. As the return goes to forehand of Bejlek, into the forehand of Keys. Bejlek with a slice. Keys slicing the net. 30 love. Dirty love. I'm going to serve again. Into the front of Keys. Half volley in the net by Bejlek. 30-15. I'm going to serve again. As the return goes back into Bejlek. 4 now from Keys. Goes wide. 40-15. $40-15. All right. 40-15. And a bit of serve again. There's a fault second serve. We've got Fritz versus Nakashima straight after this. Ooh, double fault from Bejlek. 40-30. Does anyone not realize that Maddie has a Cincinnati title? Yeah, she has won this before. You're right. In fact, if Gauff wins and Keys wins, then 3 of the 4 players have won this title. Pegula's the only one who hasn't. Which, again, Chad, if you are a tennis fan, if you're a Sinner fan, it sucks. But if you're a tennis fan, Sinner pulling out of the US Open is actually pretty good because it gives everybody else a chance. And we might, in a couple of years, with the opportunities that those guys are going to get now, we might have what the WTA have. And that's just like, this crazy depth. So no Sinner sucks. But it also, if the young guys and even the Americans can sort of take advantage of that, then, who knows? Maybe in a year or two, instead of it being the Sinkeras Tour, we do have a top 10 that's like the WTA, where everybody has a slam or everybody has a 1,000 and everybody is competitive. So it's not the worst thing in the world for the sport as a whole. As that goes into the back end of Keys, Bejlek on the stretch, can't get it. Keys got a set point advantage. I know Sinner fans don't care about that, but I mean, how many times have we said over the last 3 weeks, or even just even when Sinner was winning everything, it was like, where's Alcaraz? It's like, why we got to be less reliant on 2 guys. Sinkeras kind of spoiled us last year. We're going to get used to it. Not being a thing. Is with a 4 now from Bejlek, and then Keys slices it wide, we'll get to deuce. But this is where, 2026, the year of everybody else. And people aren't going to like that. I know that people are like, oh, I don't like that, it's Feast versus Caboli. I want to see Alcaraz. But it's better for the sport if we don't have Sinkeras all the time. Because otherwise, Sinner and Alcaraz get injured, and then all of a sudden, nobody cares about the ATP, and it sucks. It's not fair. It's not fair on all the players that are good, that are still really good, but just don't have the same, trophies yet. As with a forehand now from Bejlek into the forehand of Keys. Bejlek forehand cross court. Keys gets it back with a slice, but it's in the net, and it's advantage Bejlek. Advantage Bejlek. I'm against change. I like it when 2 or 3 guys win all the time. That's boring. Come on. We've already had that. We had that for 20 years, and it was fine. And now let's do something different. All right, advantage Bejlek. Backhand return the back of Bejlek has been found from Keys is a winner. And Keys is playing so well. So well. Deuce. You never want to see anyone get hurt, but it's nice to see other guys get a chance. Exactly. I agree. Yeah, saying that we want having other people win is good. Is nothing against Sinner. Nothing against Alcaraz. It's not like we're celebrating their injuries at all. We want everybody to be there, and we want everybody to. I mean, it would be if these young guys beat Alcaraz or Sinner to win the US Open would be even more impressive. But the silver lining is others get a chance, and that's good for the sport. It's good for the strength of the sport. As that backhand goes in the net from Keys. Advantage Bejlek. To just keep this set alive. As we serve. Here's a fault second serve. I'm still not feeling great. Never ends. Serve. Into the back of Keys. Keys in the net. All right, Bejlek holds, but Keys will serve for the set. All right. Keys leads. All right. 5-3. As we'll find our winner from Keys, 15-love. And no update on Raducanu yet, but don't worry, if I find something out, I'll be first to tell you. 15-love. We need a Fab 4 in the ATP. No, we don't. WTA doesn't have a Fab 4 and it's doing just fine. We need a Big 10. Big 10. Bring on the Big 10 era. That's what I want. Big 10. Big 10 era. Let's go. Trust me, chat. Big 10's better. We want Big 10. As the return goes into the forehand of Keys, Bejlek backhand. Into the backhand of Keys as Bejlek with a forehand pass. Keys with a volley goes wide and long. That was not a good volley at all. 15-0. Too inconsistent. Look at the WTA. I don't think anyone on the nobody's complaining about WTA right now. Who's the big three from that? Who's the big five? Who's the big, like, you know what I mean? I want the ATP to be like the WTA. WTA is perfect right now. Sabalenka lost and we're still not really that bothered. Raducanu got injured and we're still like, yeah, but there's still plenty of, like, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if the men's game was like what the women's game is right now. That'd be so good. Yeah, you can have you can have two players that are better than everybody else. But to have like that many players that are just like competitive, that's what the ATP needs to be. That's much better for the ATP. Backhand goes wide by Keys for 15-40. Like the two best players on the planet get injured or don't play or sorry, get upset. And it doesn't leave a void. Like on the men's side, no Alcaraz, no Sinner. It's just it's been a void. 15-40. Break points for Bejlek to get back on serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Keys. Keys puts it away. One saved. 30-40. By the way, Keys had a set point at 5-2 on the Bejlek serve. So she's had a chance. 30-40. As we have fault second serve. Serving to the forehand of Bejlek. Forehand from Keys. Again, the forehand of Bejlek. Keys wins a point. Bejlek hits it wide. We get the deuce. All right. Keys survives. First serve a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in by Bejlek. What a return. All right. Advantage Bejlek to get back on serve. Advantage Bejlek. There's like 15 top women right now that any of them could take it. I know, right? That's awesome. Great serve, Keys. Back to deuce. And then you got someone like Keys, who's like outside the top 20, and she's also a champion. You know, she's also very dangerous. Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of the WTA. Is just you just don't know who's going to win. Anyone could lose at any time, but also, like, there's just so many players that can carry the tournament. You know, you don't need one player to be like, oh, well, that tournament's not like Canada, right? Oh, Cincy, it's like, oh, you know, no Alcaraz, no Sinner, no tournament, no Djokovic, no tournament. Oh man, it's like, yeah, WTA is in such a good spot. Advantage Keys, good serve, and the ATP just, it's just a little bit of. It's going to be long. There's going to be pain. You know, no Sinker is going to hurt, but it's good for the strength of the ATP going forward, right? As long as these younger guys start to do, take those trophies. Anyways, good serving Keys. There's the set. There's the set. Keys takes it. But Bejlek was starting to get a little bit of a problem towards the end of that set. 6-3. First set in the bag. All right. Keys, 15 winners, 14 errors. 5 winners, 8 errors from Bejlek. I think the one ace from Keys as well, which is just credit to Bejlek's returns. Bejlek got broken once, and that was it. I mean, only one break of serve in that set is pretty impressive. Considering that Bejlek's serve is not really a weapon, she only got broken once, and Keys avoided getting broken at the end there to hang on. But this could get interesting in the second. Bejlek looks a lot more comfortable now. Definitely looks a lot more comfortable now. All right. The shoe guy is my favorite. Okay. We're not calling Hodar the shoe guy, all right? We're not making that. That's not a thing, right? It's not Baby Rafa. It's not Rafa Jr. It's not shoe guy. Come on now. Let's. Imagine if Hodar won the US. Be kind of sick. That would kind of be awesome. It's a miracle if Djokovic wins. I'm guessing he retires this year, maybe next. No, Djokovic's going to retire at the Olympics. He said that a million times. He said, I want to play 28 Olympics. And he's going to play until then. He's retiring in 2028. He said he's pretty much said it. And he's not playing Cincy next year because he doesn't need to. And also the conditions. Djokovic, after he's lost this week, I don't know if anybody was paying attention, but after Djokovic lost this week, he talked about how he found it hard to play in these conditions. It's because he has breathing issues, right? He got like a nose. He didn't have a nose problem, and like he has breathing issues. So, or he's had breathing issues in the past, and playing in this humidity would not help. Also, I just checked when the Olympics is on. So the Olympics in 2028 is after Wimbledon. So you go. I wonder if, it'd be interesting to see who plays Wimbledon. So Wimbledon's finishes on like the what? Let's say it finishes on the 5th of July. I don't know. And then a week later, the Olympics starts. And then the tennis will be on that time. So there's no warm-up for the Olympics, right? There's no Cincinnati. There's no Canada. There's no US Open. So, like, you're going from grass to the Olympics, which didn't happen in Tokyo, right? They had some warm-ups. It didn't happen in Roland Garros either. You had some warm-ups. So, it's going to be really tough for some. I mean, I wonder if the structure of the tour in 2028 is going to be like US Open, Winston-Salem, or Washington, maybe Washington the week after Wimbledon, and then the Olympics. Because you can't just go into the Olympics on a hard court with no chance of preparing for that. Because Wimbledon's not moving, French Open's not moving, right? And the Olympics is not moving. So, yeah, I wonder if like Wimbledon, and then the week after is Washington, and then the Olympics, and then you go off and play Cincinnati, Canada, US. Like, that's going to be a real tough schedule. But also, that means Djokovic is probably playing his second last US Open. Because if the Olympics is before the US Open and he retires at the Olympics, he's not playing Cincinnati after that. He's not playing Canada. He's not playing the US Open. He'll play Wimbledon and then play the Olympics and then retire. So, or does he not? Oh, I don't know. No, he won't not play Wimbledon. I was going to say, does he not play Wimbledon and then play a bunch of challenger events or like warm up on hard courts? But so yeah, but that if that's how Djokovic's career will end, which is probably what he wants to, finish then. Yeah, it's going to be a real tough schedule. Like you go from Roland Garros to you go from clay to grass to hard courts like that, and then the US Open. But that's like again, Djokovic won't be playing that probably. So, it's going to be interesting. Next year, this time next year, we'll be talking about it a lot more. But yeah, in 2 years, 2 years time, the Olympics will be over and Djokovic might be gone. We might only have 2 years left. So 40-30. So I don't know how. The preparation for the Olympics is going to be terrible for everybody. It's going to be horrible. Anyway, it's one love. Yeah. But what if he retires in 28? Why would he has to play Wimbledon? Yeah, I don't know. All right. Hey, Shaq, thank you for the super gift. Appreciate it. Hey, look at that. Chat, look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. It's a plane. Thank you for that. Look at the chat. It's going crazy. All right. One love, Bejlek. His keys to the front of the line is too strong. 15 love. 15 love. There's a default second serve. As we get a return in the net from Bejlek, 30 love. As we get a let on the first serve. We got a fault from Keys, second serve. As the return goes back into Keys. Four now from Bejlek into the back into Keys. The four to Bejlek as Keys forehand goes in the net. And it's 30-15. All right, first serve the fault, second serve. As It goes out by Keys, 30-all. All right, first serve, default, second serve. As the return goes out by Bejlek. 40-30. Serve to the forehand of Bejlek. Bejlek hits it out. 1-1. 1-all. Whew. 1-all. I love how the Summer Olympics does not fix their tennis tournament on hard courts. The host city has other courts like grass or clay. Yeah, I love that too. I mean, it's cool that that we don't have and it doesn't happen all the time, right? But every now and again we have a random change up of court surface. As the backhand from Bejlek goes out, and it's love 15. All right. Keys hits it out. And it's 15-all. The Olympics in 2028 is in Los Angeles. 15-all. As the return goes in the forehand of Bejlek. Backhand from Keys. Into the forehand of Bejlek as Keys back forehand in the net. And it's 30-15. All right, we got a fault, second serve. As the return goes up the line of the backhand of Bejlek. Keys backhand to the forehand of Bejlek. And Bejlek hits it long. And it's 30-all. Bejlek just doesn't have that same confidence that she had against Sabalenka. I'm going to fault second serve. There's a backhand return from Keys, the winner. Breakpoint Keys, 30-40. To take the break in the second. All right. As with a backhand. Forehand, from Bejlek into the forehand of Keys. And Bejlek can't get that back. Keys too strong. And Keys just calmly getting through this match and winning this match. All right. And it's 2-1 Keys with a break in the second. All right. All right. How we doing, chat? Recently, all the players who beat Sabalenka lose in the next round. Is that true? Is that a fact? Let me check. Somebody did say there's a Sabalenka curse, but I need to see it to believe it. Let me check. All right, so Sabalenka. All right, let's start at the start of the year. So she lost to Raducanu at the Australian Open, and then Raducanu went on to win her next match. So Raducanu is the exception. All right. So Baptiste, Castella, Schneider, Pegula, Osaka, and Alexandra and Bejlek. All right. Baptiste beats Sabalenka in the quarterfinals in Madrid, loses in the semis to Andreeva. That's one. Castella beats Sabalenka in the second round of Rome, beats Noskova, Ostapenko, and eventually loses to Gauff. All right, so that doesn't count. So that's 1 out of 1 win, 2 losses for the curse. Schneider beats Sabalenka in the quarters of the French, loses to Valinska. That's 2 and 2. Pegula beats Sabalenka in Berlin, loses to Noskova in the final. In the semifinals and then the final lost to Noskova. That's 3-2 to the curse. Osaka beats Sabalenka at Wimbledon, fourth round, losing the quarterfinals. That's 4-2 to the curse. Alexandrova beat Sabalenka last week in Canada, lost to Svitolina the next day. 5-2 to the curse. And today is Bejlek. So the curse is 5-2 this year. You might be onto something, chat. The curse, 6-2 is a pretty good record for the curse. 6 wins, 2 losses for the curse is pretty damn good. So you don't want to beat Sabalenka. You beat Sabalenka, you better be ready. You better beat her in the final, because that's you pick when you beat her. You know, the curse is real. I mean, if the curse is running at like what? What's a 6? What's a 6-2? Yeah, a 75% curse record this year. I mean, come on now. 75% chance that you're losing the next match because there's a curse. Shit. Look, I'm no Harry Potter, but those numbers don't lie. 40 love. Those numbers are pretty scary. All right, 40 love. Serve. Into the forehand of Bejlek. Backing it from Keys. Into the slice of Bejlek. It's Keys. Pardon me, backhand again. Into the forehand of Bejlek. Keys backhand again. The forehand of Bejlek. Into the forehand of Keys is Bejlek. Now the forehand. Into the forehand of Keys. Slice from Bejlek. Now it's a drop shot. Keys comes to the net. But hits it out. 40-15. 40-15. Yeah, 6-2 is a clean set. Yeah, first set curse. All right. 40-15. Serve. Into the forehand of Bejlek. Forehand from Keys. Into the slice of Bejlek. As Keys comes in. Misses the smash. And it's 40-30. How far does this curse go back, though? How far back does this curse go? Are we talking like, was this a thing last year or was it just 2025? All right, let's talk about last year. So Keys won the Australian Open, so that didn't count. What was was there a curse last year or was it just... All right, that goes out by Bejlek. And it's 3-1 Keys in the second. All right, so last year, Keys beat Sabalenka in the final of the Australian Open, won the next match. All right, 0-1. Alexandra Eala beat Sabalenka last year. Pardon me. In second round of Doha, went on to make the semi-finals. So that's 0-2. Towson last year beat Sabalenka in Dubai, made the final. She lost in the final, but she did beat Sabalenka in the fourth round. So that's over 3. Andreeva last year took out Sabalenka in the final of Indy Wells and went on to win the next match against Kudermetova in Miami. So that's over 4. Kirst isn't doing so well last year. I think it's a 2026 thing. Penko won the final of Stuttgart against Sabalenka, lost the next match. All right, 1 for 5. Or 1 win, 5 losses for the Kirst. Last year, Zheng lost to Sabalenka beat Sabalenka in Rome, lost in the next round. 2 out of 5. Or sorry, 2 wins, 5 losses. Gauff beat Sabalenka in the Roland Garros final, lost the next round in Berlin. 3 wins, 5 losses for the Kirst. So midway through last year, it became a thing. Vondi won Berlin. Sorry, beat Sabalenka in the semis, won Berlin. All right. 2 wins, 6 losses. Anisimova last year beat Sabalenka. Semis of Wimbledon, lost the final. 3 wins, 6 losses. So it's probably midway through last year. So it's been about 12 months of this Sabalenka curse. Raducanu ended up winning, beating Sabalenka and winning. Beat Sabalenka in Cincy semi quarters, lost to Swiatek. So that's what, 4 wins, 6. Okay. Pegula was the same. Beat Sabalenka, lost the next round, and then Raducanu ended up winning the WTA finals against Sabalenka. So we're talking like Wimbledon. What Wimbledon last year? Wimbledon last year is probably when things kicked off, or maybe the French Open last year when Coco beat her, the curse started. Because since then, the people that beat Sabalenka lose in the next match more often than not, and that's kind of insane. Hopefully, the players don't know that. You're reading the curse wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. What's the curse now? Making up rules? Okay. I could make Raducanu, but I see she lost or retired. Okay, no idea what that means. Swiatek's coach is Rafa's former coach. Yeah, he is. He sure is. All right, 3-2. 3-2. Ugh, 3-2. Yeah, we're watching Fritz next. We're watching all the matches today. For the rest of the tournament, we're watching every match. You seem like a Federer guy? That's funny. Is this happening because Sabalenka tires them out in her losses? Or because she is the one who is supposed to beat them and she can't maintain her level, they lose to the next strongest player? Look, this is not a Sabalenka thing, right? This has happened to a lot of players over the history of the time, right? I mean, this is just a normal tennis thing. It's just happening a lot more against Sabalenka this year, right? But this is normal, right? If you get a career-defining win against any big name, like Sabalenka, Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, whoever, and then you've got to go and play someone who's, somebody less. You're expected more against, if you play Keys, you're supposed to play better than you played against Sabalenka, or play the same, right? The expectation has changed, but also the emotions of beating the world number one and having your best win of your career and all that kind of stuff. And then you've got to back it up because it's not the final, right? You've only played one match. You've got to come back and do it again. Sometimes players, they win the second round against Alcaraz or something crazy like that, and then they're going to go play not on center court, they're going to go play on court 17 against a qualifier, right? So it's also just like the letdown and the hangover, right? We say hangover, but it's like the letdown of like, you've gone from like the highest moment of your career. Now you got to do it. Now you got to go play like something that's not going to be even if she won this match, Bejlek, nowhere near as impressive as the Sabalenka win. And it happens to a lot of players. It's normal. That's a normal thing. It's not just against Sabalenka. It's happened for the history of the sport. You have a humongous win. You beat Sampras at Wimbledon. Or you beat Nadal on clay. No, actually Nadal on clay beating, not many players have done that. But you know what I mean? Like if you have a massive win like that, so many times that person comes back the next round and loses. They play the next match and they lose. And you go, that's just... I wonder what the... That'd be interesting to work out what the... what number of... How many times does the player that beats the world number one lose the next match? That'd be interesting. Sorry, chat, my throat's really sore. And really dry. Anyways, Keys in the net, 15-40. We're about to get back on serve here. All right, breakback points for Bejlek. And Keys does have these lulls that we are experiencing now. All right. As Keys saves one. All right. Nice serving from Keys. We get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. As we just serve again from Keys. The second serve is a let. That was close. Almost a double fault. Serve again. Into the point of Bejlek. Forehand from Keys in the middle. The forehand of Bejlek is Keys. Forehand goes wide. And Bejlek gets another break point. Advantage Bejlek. Advantage Bejlek. The curse is real. The curse is real. All right, serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. As a return goes in the form of Keys. Keys it out. We're back on serve. All right, the curse is not real. Not yet. Not over. Bejlek takes back the break. All right. Here we go. Bejlek's back on serve. A bit of fault second serve. Serving to the back of Keys. Slice from Bejlek into the front of Keys. Keys in the net with a slice. 15 love. 15 love. So we've got Fritz Nakashima straight after this. As Keys backhand return. Goes wide. And this is the thing with Keys. She can come out on fire and be really, really dangerous and like unstoppable for like an hour. But if you can get through that hour and somehow still be alive, she will start throwing in errors. Now, it's not always the first hour. Sometimes it's like, 30 minutes in, she starts catching fire. And then for between 30 minutes and an hour and 30, she's on fire. But if you can just weather the storm, she then all of a sudden just falls off and she starts hitting all these errors. 40 love. Well, we know this about Maddie. We've watched her before many times, that we know that, she might be playing incredibly hard, but she's not going to play like that for a long period. It's going to be, 45 minutes to an hour. And then after that, she might give you a chance. And now Bejlek leads. She hits an ace, and it's 4-3 Bejlek. Because Keys hitting a lot more errors now. Bejlek's not doing much to have to make that happen, All right. 4-3 Bejlek leads in the second. How are we doing, chat? Where are we watching from? Where are we watching from? I'll tell you what, I kind of want to see Bejlek take on Eala. Does anyone else want that? I don't know. I feel like that'd be an interesting match right now. Be an interesting matchup. Anyways, where are we watching from? Where are we watching from? Poland, Philippines, New Zealand, St. Louis, Chicago, Finland, Philippines, Portugal, Texas, Chicago, North Philly, California, Munich. We've got South Carolina, Indian Wells. We've got London, Trinidad and Tobago, England, Indonesia, Georgia, Idaho, Ireland, Miami, Colorado, India, Michigan, Las Vegas, Minnesota, Vietnam, Nigeria, we got Manila, Kansas, we've got Thailand, California, France, Poland, Shanghai. Anyone from Amsterdam? There we go. All right. As Bejlek with a lob. And Keys eventually puts away the smash. All right, 15 love. 15 love. Got Scotland in the house. All right, 15 love. As Bejlek on the stretch. To the front of Keys. Bejlek, great defense. As Keys forehand again to the front of Bejlek. Keys again with a forehand. Into the back of the Bejlek. Keys with a drop shot. Bejlek gets there, but it's in the net. Great hustle, but too good from Keys. 30 love. Oh, yuck. 30 love. All right, 30 love. Serve again. Into the forehand of Bejlek. Good return to the forehand of Keys. Bejlek. Drop shot. Keys gets there. Oh, and hits a winner. Great pickup by Maddie. 40 love. I tell you, this game, very impressive by Keys. All right, 40 love. First says a fault, second serve. As a return from Bejlek goes in the back end of Keys. To the forehand of Bejlek. Bejlek hits a wide. All right, Keys levels 4-all in the second. Four all in the second. Your daughter's on holiday in Europe. Nice. By the way, to all the people that when I say where you're watching from, you all say I'm watching from Atlantis, or I'm watching from the moon, or I'm watching from my house, or a laptop. You just don't say anything because I'm not going to read it out. So you might as well just save your time. If you don't want to tell me, just don't tell me. It's fine. You don't have to tell me. It's good. I'm interested in the people that want, like, that I'm interested in where people are from, not like where they're not from, you know? All right, 15 love. First is a fault, second serve. Just say, I prefer not to tell. Okay. I don't want to say. It's fine. 30 love. Now watch this. Everyone's going to be like, I'm from Uranus. Good one. 30 love. I'm going to fault, second serve. Serve to the forehand of Keys, and Keys hits it out 40 love. LA, are you from America? 40 love. As a back in return, goes in the forehand of Bejlek, back behind Keys. Bejlek holds. All right, 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. Keys going to serve to stay in the set now. All right. All right. I'm watching here from the Philippines. Hey, what's up? What time's in the Philippines? You guys are still awake? Hey, I'll tell you what, chat. I know I get shit for watching Eala, but Chris rocking up and watching this match at 2 in the morning from the Philippines. That's why we watch Eala. That's why we're watching Eala. To get people like Chris to be watching a random quarterfinal that doesn't involve Eala at 2 in the morning. That's why we watch Eala, chat, because there's so many people that are coming in. And my job is to get people like Chris to watch other matches, and so I'm doing my job right. If people are coming in here from the Philippines that are not watching Eala. Also, the fact that you're up at like 2 in the morning is kudos to you. So you're a lot of people in the chat are going to be happy with you. You made a lot of friends just now. That's why we made the channel. Yeah, when I say we, I mean me and my dog. You're all part of it, though. There's no channel without you. Not you specifically, but with everybody. You guys. Do I ever sleep? Nah. All right, let's see if Keys can serve and stay in it. There's a return from Bejlek. Oh, what an angle. Keys gets it back, but Bejlek with a volley. Oh, she hit it out, though. 15 love. 15 love. I used to watch Alex at this time through your show. Thank you. Hey, Crispin, thank you for being here. It's 4:30 where you are, Cam. Thank you. It's fine. No worries. I was always going to be here. Return goes out from Bejlek, and it's 30 love. Dirty love. As a default, second serve. Guess who's in the building? Serena? Leonardo DiCaprio? Rihanna? Wait, who's that? Who is it? Rihanna? 40 love. Oh, you're here. Oh. Welcome to the chat. Nah, 40-15. 40-15. Got my hopes up. I thought it was somebody at the stadium. We have fault, second serve. Yeah, everybody in the chat was getting excited. You're like, oh no, it's just me. Oh. Anyway, it's 40-15. There's a volley from Bejlek. Too good, 40-30. Yeah, that's anticlimactic. You announced yourself to come to the chat. Yeah. I'll be honest, I think everybody's a bit let down. But sorry. Not because you're here, but because we all expected you to be like, yeah. You know, Angelina Jolie is at the stadium. But you're just like, oh no, I'm here in the chat. You can see how that's not as exciting. Keys makes an error. Deuce. Yeah, we're glad you're here. Yeah. Anyways, Keys is in big trouble here. Keys in big trouble. Bejlek about to steal this set. Serve. Into the back end of Bejlek. Back end from Keys. Into the forehand of Bejlek. There's Keys into the Bejlek slice. Oh, the lob goes in. Keys runs back. Bejlek back in the rally. It's been a forehand from Keys into the back end of Bejlek. Again to the forehand of Keys. Bejlek on the stretch. Goes long. Keys gets to advantage. Advantage Keys. I am also in the building. Wait, you at the stadium? Chat, we're going to stop announcing ourselves coming into the chat, all right? I don't announce myself being like, hey, everybody, I'm here. Look, I'm here. Hello. I don't do that, so don't do that. It's cringy. Don't come in and be like, well, hey, everybody, I'm here. Yeah, cool. So am I. Keys hits in the ground, dudes. Please don't do that. It's really annoying. Like, actually. Like, don't do that ever. We're all here, all right? We don't have to announce ourselves. Otherwise, we'd be here for fucking years. Deuce. Yeah, even Deb's like, oh, God. Don't do that. Deb knows. Forehand to forehand rally. Into the backhand from Bejlek into the forehand of Keys. Slice from Bejlek. And the backhand goes in the net by Keys. Can we still... No, I'm not saying don't say hi. No. I'm not saying don't say hi. I'm saying the people that are like... They come in with like the trumpets go, doo, 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 doo. I have arrived. Those people. I'm not saying people saying, hi, everyone, I'm here. Like, no. That's fine. No. I'm saying the people that are like, hang on, everybody. I'm coming to the tennis. Wait for me. Like, the people that make it about them. Not the people that are saying hi to each other. That's fine. Set point. Bejlek to get the second. Keys with the forehand to the forehand of Bejlek. As Keys. Forehand inside out of the forehand of Bejlek. Bejlek hits a wide back to deuce. No. It's fine to... I'm talking about the people that are like coming in being like, don't worry, everybody. I am here now. You can all stop worrying about me. I have arrived. Those people are annoying. Don't do that. I don't even do that. And you guys mostly are waiting for me to show up, and you're telling me, where the fuck are you? And I'm here, right? All right, deuce. As Bejlek up the line of the forehand of Keys. Bejlek with a slice. Into the forehand of Keys. Keys in the net. Advantage Bejlek. Yeah, the people that announce their arrival. It's okay to be like, don't worry. If you come in and say hi, that's fine. Hello, everybody. We're like, oh, hey, what's up? That's fine. The people that are like, throw a parade as they walk into the chat. They're like, hey, yeah, the parade, exactly. They do a welcome parade. That's different. Especially when somebody has been here for a month, apparently. Anyway, second set point. Serve into the forehand of Bejlek. Backhand Keys in there. We're going 3, baby. Bejlek. What is she, a pit bull, right? We're calling her a pit bull. She is so tenacious. And in the madness of it all, we're going 3. Bobby, we're going 3. We are going 3. Don't worry, I was AFK, but I'm ready to chat now. You may resume commentating, Cam. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome back, Your Highness. All right. Second set in the bag. Bejlek, I tell you, Keys was in control, and then Bejlek just didn't give up. 5 winners, 10 errors from Bejlek. 8 winners, 16 errors from Keys. Not as good as the first set from Keys. All right. We're going 3. We're going 3. Yeah, no, chat. Definitely say hello to each other when you come in the door. That's fine. That's fine. Deb, what you do is fine. I would tell you if it wasn't. It's just that every now and again, somebody will come in. I don't know, just random people come in and be like, hi, everybody. I'm finally here. Like we were waiting. And it's like, we weren't waiting for you, but welcome anyway. Thank you for joining us. This isn't the waiting for XYZ chat. You know what I mean? But thank you for announcing your arrival. We were worried. Chat, you'll see it. You'll see it. Somebody would do it today and you'll go, that's what he was talking about. Somebody's going to do it who isn't here right now. They're going to come in later and be like, hi, everyone. I finally made it here. We're like, oh. Am I reading any books? No, I'm not. I don't have time. I haven't had time. Yeah, when somebody does that, we should just put crowns in the chat. Like, oh, thank you. Thank God you graced us with your presence. Your Highness. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, somebody said main character energy. Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah. Main character. The main character of the story arrives. You'll pronounce Bailey as a guy's name. It pronounced Bejlek. It's woman's name. I'm saying Bejlek. I'm not saying Bailey. I'm saying Bejlek. You telling me that I'm saying it wrong? What are you doing? Yeah, bow down. Yeah, everybody, take a knee. Do a curtsy. Your Majesty. I'm here now. You can stop worrying. The match can commence. All right, thank God, because we're actually going to send out a search party. I'm here. Who cares? Well, that's my energy. I'm all right, chat. We're here. Whatever. Curtsy is wild, yeah. Where's Pellini? She's got a foot injury. Need to take some lozenges? I just did. Didn't work. I think the only way this cough's going to go away is if I don't talk. But I can't not talk. I haven't learned sign language yet. All right. I'll tell you though, chat, we have been so fortunate with these day matches. They've been like yesterday, the day before that with Kaboli Hodar. I mean, we've had some banger matches throughout the day. And they're singing Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. By the way, chat, what's a song recently? It don't have to be a new song, it could be an old song. What's a song that you've been listening to lately that you really love? What's a song that you're like, I love that song? It could be an old song, right? It could be an old song. It doesn't have to be a new song. Maybe it's a new song. What's a song you've been listening to lately and you're like, oh, God, it's on repeat? Maybe somebody will be like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that song. I love that song. What's a song you've been listening to a lot lately? All right, we're just waiting for the players to come back. Paranoid. Nice. Ain't in LA by Adele. 1,000 Miles. We Are Family. I Run by Flock of Seagulls. Already Gone. Orville Peck. Okay. Dire Straits Telegraph Road. If you put the artist name as well, it makes it much easier. So then I know who sings it. I Want to Know What Love Is. Nice. Old Man by Neil Young. Heard a remake of Nutshell yesterday. Don't know who it was, and it stopped me. Okay. Kickstart Your Heart. It's great driving music. I Just Might, Bruno Mars. Anything from Teddy Swims, Mr. Know-It-All. Kelvin Harris, Blame. Hamilton Soundtrack, Chemical Brothers Go. Earth, Wind and Fire, September. Bjork Song. Rocket Man, Elton John. It's one of my all-time favorite songs. Richard Marx Hazard. 50 Cent, Get in My Car. Okay. Lost by Frank Ocean. Great song. Original Nutshell is Stunning AIC. Okay. What I Like About You, The Romantics. Like Him by Tyler, the Creator. A Forest by The Cure. Tears for Fears. Shout. Kendrick Lamar. Where Is the Love, Black Eyed Peas. Gloria by Laura Branigan. Walk 500 Miles by The Proclaimers. We Are the Champions by Queen. I Wonder by Kanye West. All right. Who's winning this final set, chat? 15 Love? Yeah, Lost is a great song. Yeah, it is. All right, 15-0. Bejlek serving first as well in this third set. Dracula, I forgot who that's by. Is that by Tame Impala? Is that one? That new song? All right. That song's catchy. I'm not going to lie. All right. 30-15. Nice serve. 30-15. Pictures of You by The Cure. She by Elvis Costello. There we go. Look at this, chat. We have a lot of suggestions. A lot of different songs. As it a 4 and goes long by Keys, and it's 40-15. Charlie Puth, Attention. Good song. It's My Life by Bon Jovi. Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts. There you go. As it back in out of the forehand of Keys, and then Slice from Bejlek goes wide, 40-30. What's that song that Rascal Flatts sing that's super depressing? What's that song they sing? What's that song they sing that's super, super sad? What hurts the most? We can't listen to that. All right, One Love Bejlek. That song, we can't put that song on. That song is so depressing. That's so sad, that song. So sad. Shubham.
If Flavio wins at Cincinnati, he will be seeded for at U.S. Open and have his own quarter at the U.S. Open. Other scenario is that Fritz needs to lose before finals, and Flavio just had to reach final.
All right. We'll keep that in mind. And thank you, Anonymous, for the $2 as well. Yeah, I mean, now that Sinner's gone, that number 4 spot's up. Here we are. It's funny because, like, before this week, we were talking about how Alcaraz was maybe going to withdraw, and then the number 5 spot, like I said, with Djokovic, how important that was. So currently, Djokovic is number 4 seed. Cobolli, if he wins tomorrow, will be in the number 5 in the world, which is number 4 seed. If Fritz wins the tournament, you're right, he'll be the number 4 seed. So basically, Djokovic just needs Feast to lose tomorrow, and obviously Fritz to lose today, and that would be enough for Djokovic to be number 4. Love 15, by the way, Bejlek. That one cuts deep. Oh yeah, that. What hurts the most by Rascal Flatts is just not. That's just, you can't listen to that song. Don't listen. Yeah, just yeah. That's a. Yeah, yeah. That's one of those songs, you know. As we're to find now from Bejlek into the back of the Keys. Into the front of Bejlek is Keys with the backhand pass. Bejlek with a volley winner. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. A chance for Bejlek to break here in the final set. Luther Vandross, Dance With My Father is also so sad. Yeah, let me put that on my list. I've only just found out who that is, by the way. Love 30. Is it a 4 now from Bejlek into the 4 of Keys. Bejlek on the stretch. Hits it long, 15-30. Yeah, like I always knew that, I always heard, like I knew the songs of Luther Vandross, but I never knew him as an artist. Like I didn't. So I've been listening to his stuff a little bit lately. But I will listen to that song and see, hear what happens. 15-30. Yeah, one of the greatest. Yeah, he's got. Yeah, when I heard him, I'm like, oh, that's. And then I like connected all the. So I'm like, oh, he sings that one as well. Oh, okay. And then I realized that, oh man, I've been sleeping. What the hell? As that goes out by Keys, 15-40. Yeah, I gotta find some. I'm looking for Aretha, and I'm looking for Luther Vandross CDs now because I need that music in my house, especially Aretha. 15-40. He's one of the best. Yeah, I can't believe I've been like I just had no idea. As a backhand return goes in the front of Keys. 4 now from Bejlek is passing shot, but Keys with the volley. Bejlek's gonna get it, and then Keys can't get the volley. Bejlek puts both hands in the air to say sorry, hitting the tape. Bejlek is a break in the third against Keys. The curse. What curse? What curse? You should listen to Endless Love with Luther and Mariah Carey. No, that's what I know. I know that song. Like, that's where I'm like, oh, he sings that? Oh. I just thought it was Mariah Carey. I didn't know who, you know. So, yeah. All right. You know another song? No, we're not going to talk about sad songs. All right, we're going to move on. We're not talking sad songs because otherwise people it won't be fun. All right, we'll talk about that another day. Let's not talk about depressing music. Want to hear some sad songs? No, not really. To Love. As we define now from Bejlek into the front of Keys. Bejlek, backhand. Into the backhand of Keys. As Bejlek with the forehand on the stretch. Keys with the volley. In the net. 15 Love. Pardon me. $15, love. As with a serve. There's a fault, second serve. Second serve. Serving at the back end of Keys. Oh, what a return winner by Keys. 15-all. Beautiful shot. $15-all. $15-all. As we serve down the tee again from Bejlek. That's too good. Keys' return goes long. 30-15. 30-15. As we back and return into the forehand of Bejlek as Keys hits a backhand long. 40-15. 40-15. As Bejlek, too good on the serve. 3-love Bejlek, final set. Crowd's gone real quiet, too. You maybe want to listen to Luther now. Good. I'm listening as well. All right. 3-love Bejlek in the third. What a turnaround. What a turnaround. All right, how are we doing, chat? Winner of this place, the winner of Gauff Kostyuk. Probably tomorrow night would be my guess. Thanks, Leon. Coco versus Bejlek. Potentially, yeah. Potentially. Is there any song about sports that you like? I don't know. What are some sports I mean, I feel like sports songs, I don't know. Are there any, like, I don't know if there's sport related songs. There's songs that are like walkout songs that become like sports anthems, but I don't know. I mean, do you mean like the White Stripes? Like that could be a sports song, but it's not sports related. It's just they sing it at the sports. Like, you know what I mean? Three Lions? Yeah, that is a sports song. That's true. It's Coming Home. That is a great song. So Runa also pulled out today, so that's great. The YMCA. Is that? I guess it's about, yeah, it's about going to the gym, right? That's, yeah, maybe YMCA is the greatest sports song of all time. All right. 3-love. As Keys serves again. Into the front of Bejlek. Return winner. Bejlek is flying now. She is a left-handed Paolini. The way she plays, she is Paolini. She is the new Paolini. She is baby Paolini with a left hand. Love 15. Serving to the backhand of Bejlek. Forehand now from Keys. Into the forehand of Bejlek. Keys with the backhand. Again to the forehand of Bejlek. His Keys with the forehand again to the forehand of Bejlek. To the backhand of Keys. Up the line to the slice of Bejlek. Keys, forehand. Again to the backhand of Bejlek. His Keys. Forehand again to the backhand of Bejlek. Into the forehand of Keys. Keys in the net. Love 30. Yeah, Eye of the Tiger. Yeah. That's definitely is that a sports song? Yes, it is. Is it? What I don't even know. I have to listen to the words. Yep. Maybe We Are the Champions is another one. All right, first serve is fault, second serve. Second serve, Keys. Into the back of Bejlek. Return the front of Keys. Up the line from Keys. Great shot. 15-30. Needed that one. Keys. 15-30. Serve again. Into the front of Bejlek. Return goes to the front of Keys. Bejlek backhand. Into the front of Keys up the line to the front of Bejlek. Keys front again. Bejlek with a slice. Keys comes in. Puts away the drive volley. All right. 30-0. Nice hitting from Keys. 30-0. By the way, chat. So Rune played. Okay. So Rune played a 2-set match against Alcaraz. And lost in close straight sets to Alcaraz. And then doesn't play the US Open. So, like, how is Carlos playing? I guess they're different injuries, but I mean, he was competitive against Alcaraz and then decides not to play. So, how's Alcaraz playing? That's going to be interesting. Maybe Rune pulled up sore, really, like, much sorer after that match, maybe. I don't know. I'm still so skeptical about Alcaraz. I need to see him on court, and it's not real. It's not real. I need to see him playing, or it's not real. I'm so scared he's going to pull out, and I'm going to be so sad. As the return goes to the final Keys. And Keys hits set. Win up. And she's on the board. 3-1 final set. And after what happened today with Sinner, I'm just like, oh, God. I can't do it. If Alcaraz pulls out, I'm going to be... I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not going to get my hopes up. If he plays, I'll be excited. But if I'm not until he walks out on center court on that first round, I'm not convinced. I'm not even going to think it. I'm going to pretend like he already pulled out. I'm not getting hurt again. Call me crazy. I'm not sure about Alcaraz. Well, I'm crazy too then, because I also not sure about Alcaraz. But I also thought Sinner was like 80% chance of playing. So what would I know? All right, 3-1. Yeah, I couldn't handle it. If Alcaraz pulls out. Anyways, back in there by Keys, 15-love. I just hope if he does pull out, I'm not asleep. Then I'm awake to talk about it. 15-love. Bejlek, 3-1, final set with a break. Serve into the backhand of Keys, but it's a let. Serve into the back of the Keys, backhand out from Bejlek. And the forehand of Keys as we get a forehand from Bejlek to the back of the Keys. Keys hits it out, 30-love. 30-love. Bejlek serves again. Now we've got Fritz Nakashima straight after this, and then the night session, which Coco versus Kostruk is the one. That is the match of the day. As the return goes into the forehand of Keys, but that goes out by Bejlek on the backhand. 30-15. Ace at T. Gee, Bejlek has got a serve. 40-15. I I'll tell you, lefties are having the moment at this during this US Open series. Eala and Bejlek, the lefties, just doing it. As the backhand return goes long, and it's 4-1. Bejlek leads in the final set. Man, I tell you, Keys looked in control for like a set and a half. It looked like, oh, this is going to be too good for Keys. You know, Bejlek just overpowered, and we're talking about the curse and all those things. Credit to Bejlek. She has fought back. Pegula said she's feeling fine. We'll see. Okay, good. That's good, because that was a concern. It got overshadowed because Raducanu withdrew, like actually retired. So, but yeah. I'm about to cash 30K on Bejlek. Like 30,000 rupiah or dollars. Like 30,000 what? US. Crazy. I would like to see Eala versus Bejlek in the future. Yeah, me too. Me too. I feel like that'd be a really interesting match. Two very tenacious players. It'd be a physical one. It'd be a physical match. It'd be a fiery match too. I'm sure Bejlek would be pretty vocal in that one, especially with the crowd. Put her against that Filipino crowd. Let's see what happens. I was about to go to sleep because she was down a set and a break. Thought it was over. It's never over. Tennis is never over. All right. I mean, this match is not over. Keys could break back and win 5 games in a row. All right. 4-1. Back to Keys. As Keys serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. There's a return from Bejlek in the front of Keys. Front from Bejlek into the front of Keys. Keys in the net. With a forehand, it's love 15. Here's a must-win game for Keys. Has to win this game. Serve. Into the forehand of... So the backhand of Bejlek. And then Keys makes another error. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. Serving to the backhand of Bejlek. Return the front of Keys. Keys puts it away. By the way, chat, how do we figure out how to see the ball on these courts during the day? I don't know about you, chat, but I am blind when it comes to seeing. I cannot see the ball until the player hits it. Like, luckily, I've been doing this a long time, so I know that like I can track the ball and I can see how the players are sort of setting up to hit, so I can kind of predict where it's going to go. But god damn, it's bright. Like, it is bright. Like, the ball is invisible on that court. Because the court's like a light, it's meant to be blue, a dark blue, but it's like a light grey. And the ball's light. It's just, man, I don't know. Is it just me? Maybe. They need a darker blue or something. I don't know. I think that, why is it long like this in Canada? What's up? It's so hard to track the ball. Like, you lose it in the court. As we're to find now from Bejlek on the stretch. Into the front of Keys. Bejlek on the stretch with a slice. Goes short. And Keys puts it away. And it's 30-0. Courts are just so shiny. So, like, they're just like, the glare on the courts is so bright. It's horrible. Like, it's horrible. Might as well make the court orange. Make it real hard. Put it on real difficult mode. You know? Dear Cam, in Melbourne, it's 5 a.m. You should go to sleep. Why? As we're to find now from Bejlek into the forehand of Keys. Bejlek forehand again. And Keys with a volley winner, 40-30. Dear Cam, dear chatter, no. 40-30. All right, Keys to just stay close. Why has that camera got a better... You can see the court from that camera. What is it? It must be just that camera. The camera must just not be picking up the colors. It's weird. I don't know. Anyways, first serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve is a double fault. We get the deuce. Up the resolution. It's not the resolution. It's the exposure of on the cameras is just too high. Like the courts are overexposed with light. But I guess it's so that the players aren't in pitch black. I mean, if you change the exposure, maybe the players are too dark. I don't know. Anyways, back in the net. And they're just silhouettes. And that wouldn't be easy either. That goes in the net by Bejlek. I mean, we only have this problem when the sun comes out. When it's cloudy, we can see the court's fine. So maybe the cameras are adjusted to overcast conditions. But when the sun comes out, everything's terrible. It's so hard to see. And I'm glad it's not just me. People in the chat were saying the same thing. So that's good. I'm glad it's not just me looking like I don't know what I'm saying. It's just so... like the court is so washed. Like it's so washed out. It's supposed to be like a rich blue and it's like a grey. Return goes to the back end of Keys. Keys in the net. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Keys making so many errors now. All right, back to deuce. As with a fault. Second serve. Serve. Double fault. All right, advantage Bejlek for the double break. And to serve for the match. Man, Keys, she played so well for a set and a half. And she is now in big trouble. You're right, it's hard to see the ball? Okay, good. I'm glad it's not just me then. All right, serve. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the front of Bejlek. Return goes long and Keys survives. And Bejlek's like, oh man, why did I go for that? All right, deuce. Gotcha, chat. Deuce. There's a return. Into the back end of Keys. Corner from Bejlek. Drop shot. Keys can get there. And hit a winner. Advantage Keys. Don't sleep between now and the Open. Then there'll be no news and Carlos won't pull out. Yeah, I'm just going to stay up for a week straight. So that Alcaraz doesn't pull out. And I'll make sure I'm like scrolling, like refreshing Twitter every 2 seconds to be like, is he still playing? As Bejlek puts up a lob, and Keys comes in. And Bejlek gets to the smash, but doesn't do anything with it. And Keys hangs on. It's 4-2 Bejlek, final set. 4-2 Bejlek. 4-2. Sleep's overrated. You tell that to my body after 2 days ago feeling like absolute garbage. It is overrated, but also it's probably not All right. Here we go. Bejlek has a break. Final set. 4-2. Chat, how many likes are we on? Tell me, let me know. How many likes have we got? Have we got 500? We got to be 500, right? We got to be 500. Are we number one in the country? We're the number one in the country, chat. It's 5 a.m. No one's awake. We got to be number one by default. We are! Chat, we're the number one in the country right now. Number one Australian YouTube live stream right now. We're number one. Number one right now at 5 in the morning when everybody's asleep. That's what we're talking about. We'll say, hey, look, semantics. Semantics. We don't need to tell people that it was 5 a.m. and everybody was asleep on a Saturday morning. We're still number one. Doesn't matter what time it was. We're number one at this hour. Doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. No. Semantics. Doesn't matter. Number one. We'll take it all day. I don't care who was asleep. Anyways, laser beams asleep. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Cold ones are asleep. That's fine. Doesn't matter. I don't think they stream anyway. Anyways, that goes out by Keys. 15 love. We're number one. 5 o'clock. But it's fine. Let's go, chat. And chat, there's no way in hell we're going to be even in the top 5 or 10 for sports in the world because the Premier League's on and that's going to... But I'm out in Australia, though. In Australia. Backhand return goes in the net. 30 love. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Oh, we're at 460, 320. How many likes? Wait, hang on. Oh, we're nearly at 500 likes. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. 30 love Bejlek. Backhand return goes in the back of Bejlek. Bejlek in the net. 30-15. 30-15. $30-15. Stats are stats. I'm putting that on my resume. On the 22nd of August at 5 a.m., I was the biggest live streamer in the country on YouTube. And I'm sure that place will go, what's that got to do with washing cars? I mean, all right, but can you use a pressure washer? No. All right. You're not good. You can't get this job. It's no shit. 30-0. As Bejlek serves into the forehand of Keys. Backhand Bejlek into the backhand of Keys. As Bejlek forehand again. Keys keeps the backhand going to the forehand of Bejlek. Keys on the attack. As Bejlek defends with the backhand, but it's in the net. Keys got a break point. 30-40. 30-40. To get back on serve in this final set. What a match. All right. 30-40. Keys to get back on serve. Bejlek serves. The back of Keys. Back into Bejlek. Open court. Keys gets it with a slice. Bejlek. Inside out forehand winner. Very smart. We get to deuce. Nice work. Nice work, Bejlek, to survive. Deuce. All right, back to Bejlek. She serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of the Keys. Great return. Bejlek gets it back. As Keys forward again, the back of Bejlek. And Bejlek goes long. Advantage Keys to get back on serve. And Bejlek's starting to get annoyed. How important was that last game for Keys to not go down 1-5? All right, advantage Keys. Bejlek serves. A let on the first serve. Serve again. Into the forehand of Keys. Return goes short. Bejlek drop shot. Keys going to get it with a backhand. Bejlek with a pass. Keys with a smash. Bejlek can't get it back. Keys breaks back. 4-3 final set. What a match. What a match. All right. Keys is back for now. Oh, roller coaster, this one. All right. How we doing, chat? How we doing? Arsenal versus Coventry City just started. Coventry's first Premier League match since 2001. That's crazy. Before Jannik Sinner even existed. That's insane. All right. Beautiful hitting from Keys to get back in this. How can Bejlek generate so much power? Yeah, I mean, it's super impressive, eh? Coventry's missing their best player? That sucks. Raducanu will be number 1 in the world between the 31st of August and the 7th of September. Yeah, so that's not how the rankings work. So the rankings don't unless the points come off next week. Should be number 1 in the live rankings, but that's not official. Should be number 1 in the live rankings. But she won't be number 1 at the US Open. The points for the US Open come off in the 7th, do that. Okay. Yeah, it's weird because it just depends on what time the US Open was. This time, was it? Yeah. Anyways, 15 love. Keys serves again. Try and level this thing. As the backhand return goes to forehand of Keys. Keys hits it long. And it's 15-0. So because the rankings don't update, they stay until the 14th at the end of the tournament. Yes. That is, yeah, that's how, yeah. So they don't update the rankings mid-tournament. No, 15-0. As the backhand return goes into the forehand of Keys. Backhand from Bejlek, sliced into the backhand of Keys, and Keys hits an inside-out backhand winner behind Bejlek, and it's 30-15. Beautiful inside-out backhand. 30-15. 30-15. There's a bit of fault second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Keys. Forehand from Bejlek goes long. 40-15. Keys to take the game and level. Winner plays Kostruk or Gauff, who are playing in like 6 hours. Serve. Is an ace out wide. All right, we're level. Here we go. It's 4-all. Now it's getting to be a bit of a shootout. Let's see what happens now. Chat, who's winning from now? Give me a name. Keys, Bejlek. Give me a name. K or a B? Who's winning this match? K for Keys, B for Bejlek. Who you got? I want to get some I'm gonna get. We're doing a poll. It's an unofficial. It's an official poll in the chat. A lot of people saying Keys. A lot of people think Keys. A few Bejleks there. Say okay. A lot of people saying Keys. All right. All right. Bejlek comes in there, puts it away. 15 love. 15 love. A few people saying Bejlek, though. People coming in with Bejlek. All right. 15 love. As Bejlek serves a fault second serve. This is the most important game of the match. Second serve. Serving to the back of the Keys. Bejlek slice. Into the back of the Keys. Bejlek. Forehand again to the front of Keys. Into the front of Bejlek. Up the line is good. Too good. From Bejlek, and it's 30 love. 30 love. It's Alex Eala. There's always one. There's always one. All right, 30 love. Is it a fault second serve? As the backhand return goes into the backhand of Bejlek. Keys. Into the backhand of Bejlek. Into the front of Keys. As Bejlek backhand again. Up the line. Great shot. Keys slices it back. Goes wide. 40 love. This is the exact type of game that Bejlek needed. Just a nice, simple game to stop the momentum. What's the age difference between these two? I think Bejlek's 20 and I think Keys is 30. So 10 years. All right, first serve, the fault second serve. Serving the back of the Keys. Great return, but Bejlek slice goes in the nets. And it's 40-15. Nice return from Keys. All right, 40-15. Bejlek serves again. Now you fault. Second serve. Serving to the back of the Keys. Great return. Bejlek slice. Goes out. Oh, God, chat. Just like this whole match. It doesn't... When you think you know what is happening, you don't know what's happening. Keys looked like she was winning. She wasn't. Bejlek looked like she was winning. She's not. Like, it's just... It changes so quickly, this match. Must be a nightmare if you bet on this. 40-30. I'm just here along for the ride of this roller coaster. Whee! Backhand rally. That's a great job of Bejlek. She leads 5-4. And now Keys is going to serve to stay in the match. Woo! Wee! Woo! Wee! Woo! Woo! And then you got people in the back just like, ah! Ah! $500! Ah! All right. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. Let's see if Keys can keep this going. She's worked so hard to get to this point. It'd be a real shame. I'm not going to say it. But you know, it would be a shame. 5-4. Now we got Nakashima Fritz straight after this. So stay tuned. We're watching every match today. We're watching every match for the rest of the tournament. So if you want to keep up to date with what's going on, subscribe. We've got you covered for the rest of the week. And all through the US Open as well. All right, Arsenal winning. We're all having fun. All right. All right. All right, here we go. Let's see if Keys can keep it going. Let's see. Can Keys keep this alive? All right, Keys serves out wide, the back of Bejlek. Into the front of Keys is Bejlek. Again to the front of Keys is Bejlek with the back up the line. Keys gets it back. Into the front of Bejlek. Keys back in again is Bejlek. Keeps going to the back end of Keys. Bejlek forehand again. Into the back end of Keys. Bejlek on the stretch. That's Keys. Forehand cross court. Bejlek just defending like crazy. Keys backhand. Goes short. Bejlek back in the rally. Keys cross court again. Bejlek slice. Goes out. What a rally. What a rally by both. All right, 15 love. All right, 15 love. And Bejlek, hands on knees. That was an exhausting rally. She did a lot of defense, but Keys didn't throw the error in. As Bejlek forehand again at the back of the Keys. Into the slice of Bejlek. Keys with a forehand up the line to win up. 30 love. 30 love. 30 love. Nice shot from Keys. Bejlek's definitely getting tired. Backhand return goes in front of Keys. Up the middle. Bejlek gets it back. Keys with a volley. Too good. 40 love. 40 love. 40 love. Bejlek had a near fall on that last point. She seems to be moving okay though. Maybe it scared her though, but she seems to be moving all right. Backhand return. Goes wide. All right, Keys holds 5-5. Great hold from Keys. Yeah, Bejlek's looking a little... I mean, she's also was up, she was up 4-1 in the set. She's probably thinking, shit, how did I not close the match, Things have happened very quickly. All right, back to Bejlek. As we're forward now from Keys into the front of Bejlek. But Keys hit it out. Serve. Into the forehand of Keys. Forehand from Bejlek to the back of the Keys. There's Bejlek with the forehand. Again, the back of the Keys. Into the forehand of Bejlek. Keys goes again. The forehand of Bejlek. Into the back of the Keys. Bejlek. Forehand again. Keys goes up the line for a winner. 15-0. And it might come down to if Keys hits it winners or errors. That might be where this comes down to. Because Bejlek's just going to defend like crazy, right? And she's going to ask Keys to hit winners. And if Keys hits winners, she wins. If Keys misses those shots, she loses. That's what it's probably going to come down to. Bejlek's, I don't think Bejlek's going to try and hit winners and go crazy. I think she's just going to go, just try and get everything back. And wait until Keys makes that error. That's what she's been playing, right? She did that against Sabalenka too. Backhand goes in the front of Bejlek. Into the back of the Keys. There's Bejlek. Oh, forehand goes wide. And it's 15-30. 15-30. As a serve out wide, the slice of Keys, volley from Bejlek down the middle. Keys with a passing shot winner. Bejlek didn't do enough for the volley. And it's break point for Keys. 15-40 to break and serve for the match. $15-40. As Bejlek serves. Into the front of Keys. Keys in the net. One saved. 30-40. 30-40. As the return goes in the net by Keys, and we get the deuce. Wow, Keys with 2 errors on the return. Deuce. As the return goes the slice of Bejlek. 4-0 from Keys. Into the back of the Bejlek. The lob goes in. Keys goes back with a forehand to the back of the Bejlek, who goes up the line. Keys with a slice. Bejlek with a drop volley. Keys going to get it. Bejlek with a... Oh, no, she left it. And Keys hit it out. Advantage Bejlek. Advantage Bejlek. To stay in front. What a rally. This is a scary match, chat. We got more matches later. This is the first match of the day. Advantage Bejlek. Can only get worse from here. That's what happened yesterday. We had a great match at the start and then nothing happened. All right. Bejlek holds. And she keeps the lead. She forces Keys to stay in it again. All right. 6-5 Bejlek, final set. Spot in the semifinals. Spot in the semifinals on the line. Bejlek's 20, Keys is 31. There you go. There's your answer. And that was close for Keys. I mean, 15-40. Keys had chances. And there was two good serves, but definitely 2 chances for Keys to hit at least a return. She missed both returns on those break points too. All right, Bejlek stays in front. If he's joining us, Bejlek was up 4-1 in this final set, with chance to go to 5-1. I swear, is it her dad's a coach? Her dad's not the coach. We talked about this already. It's not her dad as coach. But her coach has been with her for like ever, like since she was a kid. So it's her tennis dad, I guess. Bejlek producing some great matches. Yeah, she is. She's so similar to Paolini. The way that she wins points and wins rallies, you know? All right. Keys going to serve to stay in the match again. Chat, 1 in the chat if Keys holds, 2 in the chat if she gets broken. I'm not going to say the word, but, 1 in the chat if Keys holds, 2 in the chat if you think Keys gets broken here and it's over. 15 love Keys. Quick, get your answers in now. Quick, chat. Quick. You've got 10 seconds. Quick. Get your answers in. Quick, 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 quick. 5, 4, quick, quick. Oh no, quick. 15 love. A lot of people saying 2. Okay. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Somebody's just like... No, not that quick. Relax. All right, backhand slice from Keys. Volley Bejlek. Keys can get that. And Bejlek puts a volley away. Great hands at the net. Bejlek, 15-all. What a volley. 15-all. 15-all. All right. Return goes in the backhand of Keys. Bejlek with a forehand. Into the forehand of Keys. As Bejlek slices it back. But it goes long. It's 30-15. 30-15. As Keys serves again. Into the backhand of Bejlek. Bejlek in the net. 40-15. Chat, the ones might have it. Why did I say that out loud? Why did I say that out loud? Why did I say, chat, why did I say that? I'm not taking the blame. I'm not taking the blame. This is not my fault. It won't be my fault. I refuse to take the blame. 40-15. Serve in the back of Bejlek. Return the forehand of Keys. Keys in the net. 40-30. Not taking the blame, chat. Don't you point at me and be like, Cam, why'd you say that thing? Look what happened. Well, you did this. I didn't do nothing. I'm not a wizard. I'm not a wizard. 40-30. I'm not a magician. I don't do tricks. I can't do this shit. Don't blame me. 40-30. Go Cara Delevingne. Good serve in the back of the Bejlek. Forehand from Keys. As Bejlek backhand goes long. See, chat, I told you. 6-all tiebreak. We're going to the tiebreak. Who you got, chat? And by the way, chat, nobody said the word tiebreak, so that's why we're playing a tiebreak. Who's playing? Who's winning? Only 7 points. Remember, first to 7, not a grand slam. It's 7 points. Who you got? Who you got? Who you got? Who you got? 7-4 Keys, 7-4 Keys, 7-5. 7-5. 7-5. Yeah, see, people like to ruin this by spamming, so don't spam. All right, Bejlek misses the first point, and it's just out. One love. One love. Keys. Actually, you're lucky. You're lucky. Otherwise, we would have pointed you out and jinxed you. You would have jinxed it. All right. You're lucky. Lucky. One love Keys. Mini break. As the return goes to the forehand of Keys. Forehand now goes out by Keys. All right. 1-all. Back on serve. Dutchy, you know the rules as well. Wild. All right. 1-all. All right, Keys serves again. All right, as Bejlek gets a mini break, 2-1. 3 mini breaks to start this tiebreak, chat. Good return from Bejlek. All right, 2-1. 2-1. How has Bejlek hit more aces than Keys? All right, 2-1. As Bejlek serves again. Serve in the back of the Keys. Return goes to the back of Bejlek. Into the forehand of Keys. Bejlek, forehand. Inside out. Keys with a slice. Bejlek, forehand again. Goes cross court. Keys gets it with the backhand. Into the back of Bejlek. Bejlek in the net. 2-all. Bejlek falls to the ground. All right, 2-0. 2-2. Four mini breaks to start us off. 2-0. As Bejlek serves again. Another fault. Second serve. Two and a half hours played. As a return from Keys goes to slice of Bejlek. Short to the backhand of Keys. Bejlek pass. Keys with a volley. Bejlek backhand slice. Keys with a volley down the line winner. And Keys gets the mini break. 3-2. 5 mini breaks. Nobody's held serve in this tiebreak. Three-two. Keys leads. 3-2. Keys serves a fault. Second serve. No, nobody wants to hold serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Bejlek. Return goes out. Keys holds for the first time. They change ends. 4-2. 4-2. 4-2 Keys. Uh, 4-2. They change ends. Remember, it's first to 7. First to 7. Only in Grand Slam competition is it final set tiebreak first to 10. First to 7 in this one. All right, 4-2. As Keys serves again. 4-2. Serve again. There's a fault from Keys. Second serve. Second serve. Serve is a double fault. We're back on serve. 4-3 Keys. One hold on serve in this tiebreak on the points. Keys is the only one who has not had a mini break against her out of the 7 points were played. 6 out of the 7 points have been a mini break. What the hell? All right, 4-3. As Bejlek serves. She hasn't held on at all. First serve's a fault, second serve. Yeah, ease up on the... I mean, stop spamming. It's annoying, bro. Second serve. Into the back of the Keys. Return goes back into Bejlek. Keys with the forehand. Into the forehand of Bejlek. Up the line. Keys with a slice in the net. 4-all. Okay. All right. 4-all. Somebody's going to get their heart broken. This is going to be a heartbreaking loss for somebody. Somebody's getting a heart broken. Somebody's getting a heart broken. 4-all. As Bejlek serves a fault. Second serve. As a return goes into the backhand of Bejlek, up the line, into the backhand of Keys. Cross court the forehand of Bejlek. Keys wins a point. Bejlek hits it out. 5-4 Keys. She's going to serve for it. 5-4 to Keys. Five, 4. But mini breaks don't matter. Not in this game. 5-4. By the way, chat, we've got 40. We've got 4,000 people in the house. Don't forget to subscribe. We've got the men's match coming up next. We've got Coco later. Musetti, Tiafo, we're watching every match from now on throughout the rest of Cincinnati. So if you want to keep up to date with anything going on in Cincy, we have you covered. Unless there is a natural disaster or some sort of emergency that I cannot be here, I will be here. Knock on wood. Backhand goes into the forehand of Bejlek. Into the forehand of Keys. Keys in there 5-all. I'll be here at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. By the way, we're also watching the US Open. Even though Sinner's not playing, we'll still watch it. And that starts on Sunday week, in a week. And we're going to do the same thing. Watch the entire thing. Probably watch like 60 matches. Minimum. At that tournament. 5-5. First serve's a fault. Someone's getting a match point here. Second serve. Serve to the back end of Bejlek. Return goes to front of Keys. Keys hits it wide. Bejlek's got a match point. It's on her serve, and no one's held serve. I think we've only had 1 point go the way of the server in this tiebreak. 1 point in this tiebreak has been held. That is the worst for serving. And Bejlek gets the match point first, but it's on her serve. And the way things have been going, she'll serve an ace. 6-5. Bejlek to make the semis. Yes, we will be watching the mixed doubles next week. Yes. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of the Keys. Return goes to front of Bejlek. Keys, backhand. Into the front of Bejlek. Up the line. That's a great shot. Keys can't get it. Bejlek wins. Bejlek is into the semis. What a win as well. What a way to do it. She finally wins a point on her serve. And she takes out Keys as well as taking out Sabalenka yesterday or 2 days ago. She's into the semis. She is just knocking down Grand Slam champions for fun. And she's into the semis. And even though this is an American crowd, they're on their feet. They're giving a lot of love to Bejlek, even though she's not the crowd favorite. They're respecting her efforts. What a win. What a fight. And Keys, geez, that was close. She was in control. She came back. And then she got broken. In that tiebreak, she wasn't able to close it out. Man, brutal. Brutal. I told you someone's going to get heartbroken. All right. GG's. What a win. What a win. She is, again, like I keep saying, she's very similar. She's like a left-handed Paolini. Got so, even the way she just like celebrates. It feels so much like Paolini. I was getting worried for a bit. Yeah, I tell you, it wouldn't have been a tough learning experience for Bejlek as she lost, having the lead and losing that way. But great to see Bejlek get it done. What a match! Good commentary. Hey, thank you, appreciate that. If you are leaving over to sub on the way out, we do have the men's match coming up next, so we will be watching that in about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, Bejlek, another Czech player to watch out for. Crazy. Bejlek versus Gauff? Ooh, maybe. Maybe. That would be. We're going to have some really long rallies if that's the... Either way, I mean, Kostyuk also is a great defender. So, like, either way, Kostyuk and Bejlek would be a hell of a fight as well. That'd be so physical. How much does Bejlek have left in the tank, though? Because, this level of tournament is all new to her. She did win a 500 event as a quali. So, I mean, she knows how to win these big trophies, or at least win trophies. But I'll tell you, you've just come off two of the biggest wins of your career. And now you've got to play Coco Gauff, potentially, or Kostyuk, who's in the form of her life. So, crazy. Bejlek's so fun. I love watching Bejlek. Bejlek is so fun. We have watched her before this week as well. I know a lot of a lot of you probably never seen her before this week, but we have seen her play Raducanu. We've seen her play Swiatek, right? And she hasn't done well there. She hasn't done her best work there. But this week, I'm so happy for her because she is such a fun player. Like, she's so tenacious. She's like the ultimate underdog, right? She's got that Palini vibe where she's going to scrap for everything. And yeah, she is a bulldog. She is a pit bull. She is a pit bull. She never goes away. She's relentless. Love that kind of player. My favorite type of player. Swiatek Bejlek and Swiatek Gauff versus Iga. Maybe. I mean, Kostyuk's still there. Pegula's still there. Yeah, she's quick. Yeah, she might be one of the quickest players in the top 50 as well. She's one of the quickest players. I mean, she gets everything back. She scraps for every point. And she'll be seated at the US Open as well. What's her ranking now? It must be like top 30, top 35, 25, sorry. She must be top 25 now. Oh, number 29. So yeah, she's going to be seated. She's going to be well interested. If she makes the final, she'll go from 29 to 23. That's a huge boost. If she wins the whole thing, she'll be in the top 20. But yeah, what a week. What a week. Gets her best win and then takes out another Grand Slam champion in Keys. You know, that match was, I mean, you could argue that was more impressive the way she ended that match, considering everything was going against her. She had to beat Keys in that one. Glad I missed this one. Yeah, we got Fritz taking on Nakashima. Swiatek always beats Palini. Not sure if Sara could beat her. Well, look, she's had two poor results against Swiatek so far. But we'll see, because Pegula's still there, and Bejlek could maybe it's a different type of player this week. Bejlek plays like Palini but lefty. I've been saying that all day, all week. Yes, I agree. No one wants to play Bejlek early rounds. Well, that's the thing. Luckily, she's seeded now, so nobody has to. None of the big names have to. Feels like Fritz Nakashima played 3 times in a row. No, because Nakashima played Shelton last week. Because I thought that too. I was like, hang on, they played a lot. They played in Washington, but then it was Shelton versus Nakashima in Canada, and then Nakashima Fritz now. So it's, yeah. I thought that too, Jermaine. I thought, oh, they played lots, and they haven't. Vinay.
Nice match, Cole. Lots of fun.
No worries. Thank you for the 5. Appreciate it. Chad, how do we go from here? This is supposed to be the final match of the day. We end with a bang. We started with a bang, and now we're going to... The other match is not going to be as good. We're going to watch 3 matches now that are going to all be very boring. Or straight sets. You know, they're not going to be as interesting as that. We just watched match of the day. Now what? Is her serve better than Palini's? Her serve is harder to play against because she's a lefty, right? So she's got the lefty serve plus everything Palini's got. So, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fun. I'll tell you, it's very, very competitive in the Czech tennis arena as well. So she's gonna be practicing against Grand Slam champions because there's so many of them, right? I mean, she wants to practice against Vondrousova or Mukova, Krejcikova. You know, all these players that have Grand Slam, she can play with all of those because they're in the same country. So, yeah, so she'll be able to get a lot better as well, a lot quicker, because she's got that competition to take to practice with, right? You know, being around those players, being a part of that team, it's going to be really. She might get a nice. That might be a nice advantage for her. Playing against Pliskova, practicing against Krejcikova, playing doubles with some of those ladies, right? That's only going to be good for your tennis going forward. You think Nakashima can beat Fritz this time? I think it'll be close. I'm going to say no. I think Fritz will win. What a match. Yeah, what a match. What a match. So much fun to watch too. Love that. What a fun play to watch. Just such a fun energy too. All right, scheduled out for tomorrow. So, no surprise, the players that played today are playing tomorrow night. The players that played yesterday are playing during the day. Feast Kaboli first tomorrow. Interesting. And then Swiatek versus Pegula second tomorrow. Interesting. And then the night session's got Coco and Fritz, potentially. This is why tennis is the best sport? Yeah. Yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah, she's climbing up the rankings real quick too. Yep. Yeah, Bejlek will be seeded. Yep, she'll be 20 in the 20s seeds, low 20s. So high 20s, 28, 27. So yeah. Keys fought back real hard. Her fans can be proud. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Back for Kostruk. Yep, she's playing later. We'll watch her take on Coco. That's going to be really interesting, that match. They've played some real ugly matches before. Chad, remember that Australian Open match? Ugh. They played like 4 hours for and it was terrible quality. They've gotten better since then, but shit, that was one of the worst matches we've ever had to stream. One in the chat if you remember that. That was brutal. Remember that? Oh, it was brutal. It's like 2.5 hours for 2 sets, and it was just errors everywhere. Breaks all around. It was just an absolute shit show. Coco will win this time? Maybe. We'll see. I think Nakashima will win a set. Yeah, I think he'll get a set for sure. I think he'll take a set off Fritz. He did last week. 2 weeks ago, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Gauff's gotten better too. So they've both gotten better. So it should be a better. And they've played since then, and it's been okay. But that match Australia, I remember that. That cut me deep. That that match is horrible. Zverev will be number 1 seed at the US. Yep. Yes, he will. Bejlek's on a roll. Yep. We're going to watch it tomorrow again in that semi-final. Coco's forehand's improving. Yep. All right. Now we got to watch another match, chat. How do we go from there? I gotta figure out why my throat's so dry. That's been killing me today. That's not been helpful at all. I guess for Maddie, what hurts the most is being so close. Don't sing that song. That song's super sad. Don't even quote the song. Don't do it. Warm water and lemon. Yeah, I mean I've got enough stuff. I mean, yeah. Do you know how Sinner injured his knee? We don't have any idea. He randomly hurt his knee, and there's no explanation on how it happened, when it actually happened. It probably happened in training, as he was training for the US Open post Wimbledon. Did it happen at Wimbledon? We don't know. There's no. There is no. Just no. No explanation. Tried my first Tim Tam Slam this morning, and my life changed for the better. Yeah, Tim Tam Slams are awesome. ATP matches are great, but the WTA rules. Yeah, they do. Yep. Women's tennis on fire right now. So many players coming through. We want to watch the match so we can comment. Listening is a waste of time. Yeah, bro, this is a watch along. You gotta pay for the service, mate, if you want to watch the match. Hey Cam, I'm back. What'd I say, chat? Chat, did I not say this earlier? Did I not? Chat, remember how I was saying that thing earlier? Remember what I was saying earlier? What did I say earlier, chat? Huh? Did I not say that? All right. Let's get to the next one because we've got Fritz taking on Nakashima. And we've got 2 more matches after that. So we've got a whole rest of the day. By the way, don't forget to subscribe on the way out. Don't forget to like the video. We're almost at 700 likes. What a match to start the day. Bejlek keeps it going. The Sabalenka curse does not affect her. She is immune to the curse. And she wins 6-3, 4-6, sorry, 3-6, 6-4, 7-6. She's into the semis. We'll watch her tomorrow night. Take on either Gauff or Kostyuk. We're going to watch that match later tonight. Make sure you stick around. But what a win. Bejlek keeps it going. She beats Keys.